Bayonetta, the wielder of the left eye of darkness, the Arch-Eve origin. No matter what you call her, Bayonetta has long since been considered a powerhouse in the scaling community. Her raw strength, complemented by her vast arsenal of deadly weapons and powerful demons, have served her well. But after her number one contender Dante, and DMC as a whole was completely debunked down to the Stone Ages after their 90 soul scan was taken away from them, I thought it would be the perfect time to not only re-establish the true power of Bayonetta, but also show that she is stronger than many even thought possible. Without further ado, let's get into it. Bayonetta has always had her fair share of impressive feats, ranging from being able to casually headbutt an entire skyscraper, to launching a massive satellite with just her thighs, and given she upskills to her demons via defeating Rodan, who is stronger than the likes of base form Madama Butterfly, who is capable of shattering a meteor thrown down to the earth by a Lopter. Bayonetta already seems pretty powerful by just a base reading of the series. However, we must take into account that all these feats are casual, as Bayonetta holds back for the majority of her fights, given the existence of her serious mode, in which she actually, unleashes her serious power. Thereby, she upscales massively from the 99% of fights in the series in which she is completely casual, further evidenced by the fact that when she is fighting Belief at the start of Bayonetta 2, an angel capable of literally binding evil, she is more concerned about getting caviar for Christmas than the battle in front of her. This makes feats such as tanking the point-blank explosion of the Phantom even more impressive, given this is against a casual Bayonetta. The Phantom's explosion easily covers a continent and is said to be 1 trillion degrees Fahrenheit, before collapsing into a black hole, which again, Bayonetta took no damage in the exchange, where Stratocumulus, a being meant to be like a homunculi god, was completely destroyed. A black hole of that size would easily be solar system level by default, incidentally, but again, this is all small potatoes, as Bayonetta had surpassed this level of power by the first game. A game where Baldur casually destroys the moon in one shot, mind you. Bayonetta battles against a massively weakened Jubileus. However, this Jubileus was still capable of creating universes casually throughout the boss fight, as confirmed by Kamiya, and is stated to have the power to destroy the current cosmology and reset reality back to its original form, implying on a full tank of gas, this weakened Jubileus could defeat the entire rest of the verse, including Queen Sheba and Omni, with Omni being especially notable as she is stated to be stronger than Aesir. Her scaling to the literal gods of the verse is the key to Bayonetta's scaling here, as it opens things up to her scaling against the god Aesir. We learn that Aesir casually foresaw an infinite number of timelines, and therefore created the infinite Bayonetta multiverse, a size Rodan later confirms. And yet Bayonetta is capable of actually hanging in a fight against the second Aesir, who mind you was also passively shredding her internal organs via his aura, an aura stronger than that of Lopter's, who was doing the same thing. Bayonetta's feats of this magnitude are consistent given she outright defeats Singularity Chaos and Singularity Balance, and then eventually comes to a draw with Singularity Definition, a being that has had the vast majority of the power of Chaos, which is the power of Aesir, and had destroyed the vast majority of the infinite multiverse, alongside Gununga Gap, which is the space that encompasses the multiverse. Additional feats include managing to defeat the weakened Jubileus, as we mentioned, as well as summoning the likes of Queen Sheba, who is literally the embodiment of hell, an infinitely large dimension in and of itself, on her back with her hair, which is a lifting strength feat, and we know that summoning actually taxes durability. In short, in terms of sheer attack potency and durability, Bayonetta is easily a high multiversal threat. Of course, that begs the question of what kind of multiverse we're talking about. Let's talk about the dimensionality of the Bayonetta cosmology from the ground up. Starting with the aforementioned infinite multiverse, which was created by Aesir, and with it the concepts of free will, ideas, and fate. What is key here, however, is that we learn that time is a layered construct in the multiverse, with there being an infinite number of these layers that form space-time. This makes the baseline multiverse a high hyperversal structure already, and we just got started. Encompassing this multiverse would be Gununga Gap, which is a between space between the multiverse, which would be a transcendent layer above it. Gununga Gap itself contains the likes of Aesir's Garden of God and Muspelheim, a realm called Limitless, which are both cut off from time. What's more, we have Niflheim, which is an even deeper layer than Ginnungagap. Above all that, you would have Aesir's dimension, which is outright transcendental of space and time in the multiverse, and now we're playing with Outerversal here. From there, you have Purgatorio, which sits between all the realms of the World of Chaos, Paradiso, and Inferno, with us learning that the worlds are stacked on top of each other, with the World of Chaos at the bottom, transcended by Inferno, transcended by, again, Paradiso, with witches receiving their power from Inferno, and sages getting their power from Paradiso. Inferno and Paradiso, in of themselves, contain layers, as we see with the Alfheim Gates, which are their own universes, contained within Paradiso itself, which is stated to be unfathomably deep. The god of Bayonetta, Jubileus, who is the original creator, is so far above the bound humans that their name is incomprehensible, and she and many of the top angels are actually just walking metaphysics and concepts at this point. All this to say, given that we're dealing with unfathomable layers for realms that should easily transcend the high hyperversal multiverse and the unfathomably deep Ginnungagap, Bayonetta and her friends should be looking comfortable at high Outerversal. Oh, and while we're at it, to discuss speed, Bayonetta and her friends can freely travel back and forward in time as they please off sheer speed, can move in spaces beyond time and space, and we know Aesir exists in a realm devoid of all concepts, such as time and space, given nothingness is the true power of chaos, and he created those concepts. Bayonetta is absolutely immeasurable speed, and probably irrelevant speed. She may hit hard and move fast, but Bayonetta has quite the array of powerful abilities at her disposal. Of course, she can famously slow down time with Witch Time, even stacking it multiple times in a row. She can create dimensional portals to travel between worlds. With her weapons, she can literally rip out your soul or corrupt your soul to rot to the bottom of Inferno. She has absolute hot and absolute cold weapons. She can buff her attack potency and durability with Rebuilt Libido, can create a parry shield to block attacks. She can cut just about anything with her lightsaber pillow talk, augment her powers with her standard guns like Love is a Blue and Color My World. She can freeze enemies solid with her ice-based weaponry, and she can break seals with just a kiss. She can get an amp beyond human comprehension with the Rodan weapon. She's immune to the insanity-causing effects of Alrune's poisons, but can also induce insanity on her foes with its whip, whilst also being able to goad her foes by taunting them. She can bind powerful beings and channel their energy with her hair, called the Wicked Weave, as well as capable of binding these demons completely to her will, and can tank their effects like Queen Butterfly's Madness, the Phantom's 1 trillion degree heat, Baal's Killing Rain, the Bat Demon's Plagues, and so on. As Archive Origin, she's superior to all other Archives in her ability to control fate and causality itself. With her so-called truth, she is able to completely overpower the powers of singularity, such as being able to revive countless past Bayonettas past their existence erasure, can force a fusion with 2 other Bayonettas with herself. Overpowering singularity means she overpowers his precognition, his ability to manipulate concepts and ideas such as free will and triumph, and of course, his famous existence erasure. In short, Bayonetta is a powerhouse. But that is all I have for today. Did you think Bayonetta is this powerful? Are you shocked? Or did you already know all along? Let me know down below, but until then, be safe, be wise, and as Bayonetta always says,
as long as there's music, I'll keep on dancing. Ugh.